Hello and welcome back to Nektorio. So last time I had recently come back from my Christmas party and was quite merry, and I was in a bit of a death spiral for power. We are no longer in a problem with power, but we are in the process of trying to liberate the land which is ours by divine right. Here we go. No, that fired poison gas at a spawner. I wish you could control exactly what type of round gets sent. That would be helpful. So there's more poison. Explosives, that's it. All right. So what I've been doing is, I don't know if you remember, I put down these segmented logistics networks. There you are. With buffer chests and provider chests that go through. Here's our nuclear facility. I need to personally take those across. How many do I have in my pocket? Oh, I have 6 of those. Let's run down there and do that. Yeah, so I set up nuclear and that solved our power problems. So let's double check what's going on here. We've got, this is our nuclear box. It's requesting enough stuff for one of my reactor arrays. And we are currently building array number 2, waiting on the reactors. So this is only partially up. We also need to put down water pumps, which I think, yeah, I can do that. Can I craft a 4th one? No, I need a bit of iron for that. Don't know if I have these being crafted. Let's have a look. Alright, so can I make one now? Yeah, let's make a whole pocket full because they come in useful. Okay, so what else has been going on? The baddies are now well and truly throwing beer moths at me. So I've switched over to using poison ammo. And I've pretty much stopped using red ammo altogether. I never was using yellow ammo. That was a very short-lived thing. The green ammo does a wonderful job. The poison ammo, it really does make the biters go. But you still need a mixed bag of threats to get it to work well. Right, let's take that and blueprint it there. Oh, the other amusing thing that happened, if by amusing you mean terrifying, where's my landfill? Oh, I have no landfill in my pocket. Well, that's just annoying. Right, I'm gonna find a different way of doing this. Yeah, the other thing that happened was I was minding my own business and worms spawned underneath the nuclear power plant, which triggered very bad things to happen. Right, let's put that there. So this should now have water. Yeah, this has water. So I'm just waiting on yellow inserters because they're not put into the network. Oh, my bots weren't on, that's why that's not working. Right, okay, so off we go. So this won't be running at full capacity because we're waiting on the 2 other nuclear power plants. Yeah, a worm came up actually in my reactors. That was very bad. But luckily I had already buffered up a second build, ready to build. But that could have been extremely unpleasant. I've got a feeling that, where are we? Let's get back over here. So I've concreted this area now, and with any luck, the worms won't be able to burrow through the concrete. So I have a bit of a worry that the bugs are going to find a way to invade from the south here. So I'm just going to put some lasers around There's a bit too much shallow water here for my liking. And if you look on the map, so although there's nothing much here, there's a couple of worms there, and then we get into bases over here. So I extended this wall out past here. It was capped off here last video. Out to here. I then used artillery to clear out the whole of this area. Then we continued this half of the wall all the way across. And then we're able to use artillery to basically clear out this whole area. Let's just fire an artillery shell out in a couple of places to check. So yeah, so there's some worms which I will get rid of as and when. Oh, this looks like a spawner. Okay. So good job I did have a quick look. Good, that's gone. All right. So there may be the occasional spawner which missed the barrage. The next job is I need to secure this flank here. Probably on this sort of a line, because that continues up from this corner, because I don't want biters creeping back in this way. This is my coal liquefaction. So I now have 3 liquefaction arrays. This is full of heavy oil. Yeah, it goes up here, here. Right. So we can't process all that. And the reason is, although we're doing lots of cracking, we could probably do more cracking, but we can't actually get rid of the petroleum. I actually have more petroleum than I can use. The solution to that is to set up a second plastic array. But we are, for the first time on this map, maxed out for plastic. However, we are not maxed out for red circuits. What I had done earlier was basically ratio things out, so we made up roughly the right number of red circuits to keep various builds going, rather than having a central red circuit build. And that got us through the early mid-game quite well. We got most of the research done, but you can see here only half of these machines are running. Yeah, there just isn't quite enough green circuit capacity here to keep all this running in practice. It should do, the ratios are about right, but in practice it doesn't quite work. So you can see here we're consuming a full half yellow. It's backing up, then we're putting out a full half red. But between these machines, we're consuming it all. So it's also partly because we're taking the overflow of these green circuits out here. If all this wasn't running, then I think this would run. Might be able to fix that actually with prod mods. Right, what else was I doing? Oh yeah, so I also put in a logistics firewall here and pushed a wall across the bottom here. This has meant that I've secured this bottom area, which I suppose I can still be invaded over the shallow water, but it's done a good job of preventing re-incursions into here. I've also left worms where they didn't get killed by the barrages. I may have misunderstood this, but I have expansion on, but I believe bugs won't expand into area which is already occupied. And I think if you leave a worm, that leaves that area occupied. So by leaving the worms which are, not got rid of, I think it... what's going on here? Okay. This happens. So worms spawn. I then target them with the big guns, and that breaks things. So yeah, this oil isn't running at all. Right, but I have pushed all the way down to this bottom corner. Let's fire an artillery shell so that you can see what is down here. Okay, so we're going to explore by artillery. Let's carry on down. Here we are. All right, so this is the edge of the map. And what I'm tempted to do is start to set up a full grid square by grid square tiling of the whole map and start to fill it in with machines and factories, but also with concrete and all that stuff, with the view that we are going to turn this entire square into a science per minute megabase, just a 2,000 tile square megabase. And then I'll glue on to the sides some new map that has biters in and new resources. I think that's how I'm going to play this. Now, as for the next aims, so I need to wall off up here to give me some sort of protection from re-invasion around the side. This island here I don't care about. Then the other thing is I am down to 500,000 iron ore there and 1.9 million iron ore there. There's a 20 million iron ore patch here. I need this. So this is my next strategic acquisition. And to do that, I think what I'm going to do is push you can see it really goes to town on these worms. It wants to make sure they're properly dead. And there's an oil line that runs right through here. And the repair bots are just going mad trying to sort all this out. Okay, so it's a big ask to exterminate all of this. So I think what I'm going to do is push a logistics corridor straight across here, landfill in, just enough for rail tracks, and then set up a little area around this with defense, because I need that 20 million ore and I need it really soon. I've unlocked nearly all research now. So I'm down to, there's not very much left. I've got better mining drills that I can get. There's some turrets I haven't unlocked. Better suits. But a lot of this stuff is worker robot speed, right? So that would be useful to have. But then some of the interesting things are behind rockets, behind space science, and I need to launch a rocket. However, I'm not confident launching a rocket with 1.9 million ore remaining. So let's see. This is a worm trying to get through, but I've concreted here. Yeah, thank you very much. It died as it popped through. So the other thing I need is, you can see these things being killed off by the wall. It's doing a good job. So I need some solution for these worms. And I think the solution to that is the orbital bombardment thing. Right, let's get rid of that. Actually, let's get rid of all of this. Right, we're gonna go along there. Oh, I didn't realise there was a hole in my wall. That must have been a present from an earlier worm. Right, let's put this down because this is the new and improved wall arrangement. Right, take that out again. There. Right, so what's in the way here that means that Roboport can't go down? There we go. All right. So I'm totally dependent upon coal for making oil products. There is no oil on this map worth talking about. This is 80% yield, right? And this is, well, can't get it, but this is like 100% yield. Even with speed mods and things, without beacons it won't work. And as you can see, they're being attacked, so not much use. yes, that's where I'm up to. This site is very nearly dead. It will be decommissioned as and when it is. It will just get consumed by our creep across the landscape. Let's run up. Right. And I have some power armor on finally, and some legs and things. But yeah, to be honest, it's not great. You know, it could be better. So I'm at that sort of in-betweeny stage where I need to defend what I have. I need to push out towards that iron. I need to fix that problem with the copper coils, and that's about it. I think that's my next jobs. Anyway, this will probably happen over the Christmas break. I'm away for a week, and obviously Christmas itself is happening. So I probably won't have anything for you for next week, but maybe for the week after. So if I don't see you before, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.